We're back with another fun video. I think it's fun. I'm having fun. A while back, I got this little travel palette, and at the time, I only had these paints here, like 8 plus this Holbein gouache, and I wanted to fill this palette, but I didn't have enough paints. I finally got enough. I bought this a long time ago. This is Holbein Bright Violet, and then a couple weeks ago I ordered Moon Glow with Daniel Smith. You can't really tell it, but it's kind of like a deep purple, and I probably went a little overkill on purple palette colors, and you'll see why in here in a second. And then I got this 3-pack, the quinacridone burnt orange, undersea green, and I'm probably gonna say this wrong, Carbazole violet. I'm calling it violet from now on. It's just violet. This is like the secondary color set. So I figured we could set this palette up and swatch. I mean, obviously I know what these colors are going to look like. But I'm excited to test out these newer ones. These two. And so I think it'll be fun. Okay, I'm gonna get these opened up. Alright, I opened this up off camera so you didn't have to hear the crinkling sounds. I definitely want to keep my yellows together. I'm trying to kind of plan out how I'm going to have the colors. I feel like this is kind of in between a purplish blue and an actual blue. We have those in a group. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I am mixing. Well, this is watercolor. Yeah, I'm sorry. This Holbein is watercolor. This one, this white, is the only gouache. I like to use that for like highlights and stuff. I know a true watercolor artist would use the white of the paper. I cheat. the orange by Birdseed. I don't. Maybe it'd be different when you swatch it, but that seems orangey, but like the band that tells you what it might look like doesn't seem very orangey. And then green, this is kind of hanging out there. I think I might put like white. I always, yeah, that's like in this upper corner here. And then the Moon Glow there, which I can switch these around if I don't like it. That won't be a big deal. I have found there's an importance to keeping track of what colors are where. It does make my life a lot easier, I found, with the small watercolor palette that I have been using. I feel like that green is just randomly. There's like 7 on each side. Yeah, count. Yeah, there's 7 there. So 6. Maybe that green can just hang out on the end. Or maybe it can go there. Let's go there. And we'll just flip everything. Okay, I think I like that set. The nice part is that lifts out, which makes life easier. I could label the bottom of that. I have thin enough Sharpie. Make a little label. That way I'll know. This one would be obvious, but some of the others aren't super obvious. Sometimes they're really close. You can't see what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget to be conscious of where the camera's at. Okay. It doesn't revolve. Okay. We'll see if that works. I don't know. I forgot to get water, so I may have to come back. I'll say I prefer to use the paints after they dry. So, to me, I just like it better that way. Tap it down so it stays there. Slide this one out. Again, you cannot see what I'm doing. Be ready. Better to write it before. Maybe I'll test this Sharpie pen instead of actual permanent marker. Undersea green. I'm gonna put DS for Daniel Smith. Oh yeah, that shows up way better. I think the ink is pretty much dried out of this one, so that lid is really hard to get on. DS for Daniel Smith. We'll see. It's not the prettiest of handwritings, but it's there. With it upside down, sort of. Let's see. I'm excited to see what this one looks like. Ooh, that's a nice deep green. Ah, it's very thick, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just uncoordinated. Ah, just struggling with this cap and getting green on my fingers. Fine. What is going on here? There we go. Okay. So, here we go. There we go. Okay, so that was undersea green. And then I'll take moon glow. We're still going to make a swatch page, but I can't remember why I chose this. I think this is mainly because one of the artists, and I can't remember who I saw on YouTube, maybe there's a couple of them, were raving about this moon glow color. So we shall see. Just tapping it down and get rid of some of the air bubbles, if there's any. Okay, now okay. This one's Holbein, so I put HWC, Holbein watercolor. I don't know why I'm whispering. I guess it's late and some people in the house are trying to sleep. Bright violet. Hopefully I can put that on there. Hopefully you can see this. The H looks like N. There we go. That's better. I have to fit on there. Barely. See what this looks like. I haven't tried Holbein's watercolors. Ooh, but that is a pretty purple. Sorry, violet. Which I think is just purple. I mean, probably could have been a little fuller, but that's okay. Violet, another violet. Probably gonna look exactly like the Holbein violet. Maybe not. I should have planned out this a little bit better, but that's okay. Sometimes it's nice having different shades. Oops, sorry. I hit the camera. Yes, for Daniel Smith. Oh, yeah, you can kind of tell. Sounds like somewhat new. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Okay, right. Mixing these all up. It's a nice deep violet. I might put it. It reminds me of moon glow. I might put it beside the moon glow and keep the darker. Down in the corner there. I don't have any toothpicks. I do, but they're across the room. I forgot to bring it. Right. Do that. I don't see a big difference. Well, that one may be even darker still. It's not going to cooperate, is it? Okay. Now for some blue. So I don't think we got enough purple. Okay. Let's do the phthalo blue. S for Daniel Smith. Looks like a 5, but that's an S. I can't spell the name. Just move it out real quick. There's a P, H, T, H, A, L, O. If you were wondering, I suck at spelling, so. Okay. Just a thought. Hopefully that's okay. I slewed these around. I'm like, hopefully it's not smudging a little, but I think. This may clean some of these tubes. I mean, not clean, empty. There's some smaller tubes. When I originally bought these, it's just going to be the tiny palette. And honestly, I could have gotten by with the tiny palette just fine. I didn't need extra colors. Personal choice. Wasn't need, just it was want. Okay. Write the color name. French ultramarine. Some of these color names are long. I may have been better off writing it here, but this is what we're stuck with now. Okay. I mean, it's kind of looks like French ultramarine, but I think it's enough that we'll know what it is if we run out. Oh, let me just smudge it. That'd be so much better. It's coffee. The coffee's getting cold. Anybody else drink coffee at 11 o'clock at night, or is that just me? Alright. That completes the first row. So we have, I'll do that later. I don't want to make this like a 2-hour long video. Should be undersea green. The violet I can't pronounce. I'm gonna push that down. There we go. You want your paint all over me. Moon glow. Fine bright violet. Pharaoh blue. French ultramarine. I knew at some point I would get paint on me. Okay. And now, I don't understand this. Come on. Just put it in there. Maybe. Use that. Because this one kind of goes the same. Right. Now, our second row. Well, maybe. Never mind, we can't. I'm just kidding. I'm so good at this. Making a mess. That's what I'm best at. Let's do this. Get some. That's most. Alright. Let's NASA yellow light. Sorry if you hear background noise. Hopefully the mic is not picking up a whole bunch of background noise. But sometimes it does. I forgot to write the DS for Daniel Smith. Which, now it's pretty obvious, but if I get more colors, yeah, different brands or stuff, it's not going to be as obvious, but I'm going to call it NASA yellow. That's probably wrong too. Yeah, so hopefully. Yellow light. I keep hitting the camera into the pen. I'm sorry. I'm not coordinated. Just let that dry a second. Yeah, I probably could have thought this palette out a little bit better. I have several purples. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I still could have thought it out. Just yellow, maybe. Running out. Which, these colors, they do last a while. On any bitty ones, it seems like it lasts, so these half pants will last a while. Alright. New gambot. Gumbosh? Gambosh. That's an A, so I don't know. I just don't know. Sorry, guys. G A M B O G E. It's not like the prettiest writing, but it's. I'm just making sure that dries. This video is turning out longer than I thought it would be. I'm hoping there's not like. I hope it's not boring. If you stayed this long, comment paint. It's interesting to see who watches all the way through. Okay, burnt umber. Yeah. Nerd DS. Alright. Very looks like it's bumped under. That's a or an N. I'm making it first. Okay. We'll go with that. Okay. Make sure that's dry. And make sure that's actually. I don't know, like with these half bands, if I should be doing like putting a small layer, letting it dry, then another layer. I probably should. I mean, really, the worst that'll happen is the paint will crack. That happens. It happens. Okay. Like fitting all that on one of these little. Okay. Macadone burnt orange. That's a long name. Thankfully, I can write pretty small. Fortunately, it may not be legible. Frodo. Alright. Or I couldn't fit all of quinacridone, so hopefully that's enough. Enough for me to tell what it is. And we are okay. It's kind of like up over. I want to go for a bunch. There. That looks suspiciously like burnt on Hurricane. Alright, burnt sienna. Let's do you next. I was gonna swatch all these out, but this video is gonna be long enough. I'm gonna probably get speed through, but it's also starting to get late, and I need to get to bed. So I have to make this a part 2. Well, we have to make a part 2 of this video. Now that looks like sienna. Alright, no, it's not sienna. Or whatever. So it does not look like an A, but that's okay. As long as I can tell what it is when I go to refill. Okay. There we go. I'm definitely running low on some of these colors now. And the 2, not obviously that'll last a while. Quinacridone Rose. Pay attention to camera. I don't think I can fit quinacridone. I forgot the A in there, so that's where you're supposed to be an A here, but it fits without the A. Oh, mirrors. And the last one. Scarlet. Let's call it Scarlet because I'm not even going to attempt to butcher the pronunciation of that. Let go. Okay. It may not be a bad idea to at least write down the order that I have these. Oh, where's the last one that's tricky to get in? Got it. So there we have it. Our palette is all set up. And there's my little travel brush. I don't think any of my travel brushes would fit exactly. Well, no, this one would. Actually, yeah. My smallest travel. Well, I think this doesn't give a number. This particular one would. So, yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I will swatch these in the next video. This one's getting kind of long. And I will see you back here soon. Thanks.